Hey y'all, it's Saturday, and this week's topic is physical transition. I did make a video for last week, but unfortunately my video editing software crashed, so I'm gonna try to get this all out in one shot, which is not something that I usually try to do, so bear with me. As far as physical transition, I made a video about this on my personal channel a while ago, talking about hormone replacement therapy with testosterone and how to get hormone replacement therapy and all stuff to do with testosterone. And so I will link to that video in the description. So because I've already talked about the logistics of how to access things like that, I guess I'll probably just talk about my personal physical transition and what I have done, what I'm planning on doing, and things of that nature. So, as you probably know, I have already done hormone replacement therapy. I did a year of testosterone injections, and at this point, I'm pretty happy with where I am. I'm not planning on doing any more testosterone in the near future, although I think I may want to or have to do more in the future. It's just not something that I really care about right now because I'm pretty happy with the way I look and sound and things like that. I am on the wait list for top surgery, and I'm getting top surgery through CAMH, which is the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Canada, which is the only organization that will fund it through OHIP in Canada. And so there's quite a lengthy wait list for that. And so I got the referral. I got the referral in December of last year. So that's like 12, 13, 14, 15, almost 15 months ago. And it takes some time because there was some issue with, like, they hadn't received the referral on time or something like that. So they only mark that they've received the referral from February, and the wait period is 18 to 20 months to even get in to have a consultation about it. And then you have to have a few appointments with them until they approve you for surgery. Like, they see that you're mentally fit or whatever standards they have for that. And so you have to go to as many meetings as they think you need to get approved, and then once you get approved, they send the referral to the surgeon that does it. I'm pretty sure the only surgeon that's anywhere near me is actually in Montreal, which is not near me. It's like a 10-hour drive away. And so when they send the referral to the surgeon after I get approved, and I won't be getting approved until at least probably between August and October of this year, when I will have my first appointment there. And then there's a wait list at the surgeons too, which is actually not that long though. It's only I think 2 to 4 months. So that's not bad. And so I will be getting surgery hopefully in December, or if not in December, then in April next year. So I will have been waiting over 2 years through the process of waiting for top surgery. But I won't have to pay for it, so I guess that's the silver lining of the having to wait so long. As far as bottom surgery, I always told myself I wasn't going to get bottom surgery because I looked at all of the options and I was not happy with anything that was available. I definitely did not want a phalloplasty. So the two options that are available for bottom surgery for AFAB people is phalloplasty and metoidioplasty. Metoidioplasty is where your growth is enlarged through testosterone injections, and then you go in and they cut the ligaments that hold the clitoris back. I'm going to put a trigger warning at the front of this video so that I can just talk about this. But Metoidioplasty, they cut the ligaments that hold the clitoris back so that the clitoris is already enlarged through testosterone, and then it like comes forward so that it's in a more like typically penile position. And then they take tissue from the inside of the vaginal canal to make a urethral extension, and so you would have a small penis, about like maximum 1 or 2 inches, probably not even, but you would be able to pee out of it, so that's good. And then a phalloplasty is basically they do the metoidioplasty and then they take tissue donations from various parts of your body. Like they can take it from your forearm or the inside of your thigh, or I've seen it like on like the side right here. They can take it from there, and then they use that tissue donation to make what they call a neophallus. So they basically construct a more typically cis-looking penis, and then attach that to like over top of the growth that you already have, and then use tissue donations from the inside of the vaginal canal to make a urethral extension for that. And it looks pretty normal. Like if you get a good surgery, it looks pretty normal, but it's not what I wanted because it's too invasive. It's too invasive for me, and I would be considered, like, I've seen like instances where like the tissue has not taken properly, or like there were like complications and they had to go in for like 12 surgeries, and I don't care that much. And also the personal issue for me is that I am not transmasculine, like I'm non-binary, and so I wanted to get bottom surgery so that I would have like a phallus basically, but I didn't want to get my front hole closed. Like I wanted to keep that, and I always thought that would be possible, because I didn't see why it wouldn't be possible, because like you can just do a metoidioplasty without a urethral extension and like cut the ligaments and like make it look essentially like a small penis, but not do the like vagectomy part of it. I never saw why that wouldn't be possible, because I mean, from a strictly scientific or like medical perspective, it is possible, but it's just like finding someone who would do it. And then I found out recently through Chase Ross's videos, you probably know him, he's a pretty famous trans guy YouTuber, that there is a option available for that. It's called a premetoidioplasty or a clitoral release procedure, where just what I said, where they like cut the ligaments around the growth and turn it into a small penis, and then just don't do anything with the urethral extension or vagectomy or anything like that, so you wouldn't be able to pee out of it, but it would look like a penis essentially. And so that's what I want. Like I want to get bottom surgery, and that's what I want. The only problem is like getting approved for it or finding a surgeon who would do it, because I have talked to surgeons about it, and they're usually pretty like, a lot of the medical professions are like pretty behind the times in like treating trans people, and they're very like binary, like they only follow like the one trans narrative kind of thing. And so if you're not going for something that's entirely cis-normative, then they don't really feel comfortable doing it. But I know that there are surgeons that do it, because I know that there are trans guys who have had this procedure done. So like I think that it's something that I'll probably have to pay for out of pocket, and so it's probably not something that I will be able to do until much later in life. But the thing is that this procedure is actually cheaper than top surgery, if you would believe it. It's only like $3,000 to $4,000 from what I've read, because it's actually the simplest and least invasive form of bottom surgery that exists. So hopefully that will be in the cards for me eventually, and that's all I'm planning as far as physical transition. So I did a year of testosterone. I'm getting top surgery next year. I'll hopefully be getting keyhole top surgery, because I have consulted with surgeons, and they said that I am able to get keyhole top surgery, but I'm like at the like peak of like what they would allow for that, because in order to get keyhole top surgery, your breast can only be like up to a certain size. And I'm like right at that like precipice where it's like it could be or it couldn't be kind of thing. And so I really hope that I'm able to get that, and then if not, then I'll have to get a mastectomy, but I really don't want to get a mastectomy, so fingers crossed. And so, yeah, and then after top surgery, like down the road, eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to get bottom surgery too, so I'll be completely physically androgynous, which I mean, like, I know is not what, like, most people who are non-binary don't want to transition or don't want to transition nearly as far as I do, but like for me, like I really want my physical body to like match up with my gender identity, and I identify as an androgyne, so like I like someone who is like both a man and a woman, or like not both a man and a woman, but like partially masculine and partially feminine simultaneously. And so the idea of like what I want to do, like I feel like at the end of it I will feel like I am like my physical body is in alignment with my gender identity. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And I feel like what I'm doing is almost kind of unprecedented because lots of non-binary people transition, but I have not heard of a non-binary person get bottom surgery as part of their transition, and not this type of bottom surgery. And so I'm really hoping that I can like connect with more people who are interested in doing the same thing. And I have started my own blog on which I'm going to be talking more about my specific transition and my experience with gender identity and things like that, because I've been a part of several online projects to do with gender identity, but they've all been pretty collaborative in nature. Like I created and administrate Life Outside the Binary, which I will link to in the description, but I've talked about a lot in these videos, so you probably already know what that is. It's just a resource center for non-binary trans people, and we post resources and information and just like visibility and posts to do with non-binary people and interests. And I'm part of this channel, which is a collaborative channel, and I have my own channel, which I don't have much time to post videos on most of the time. And so I started this new blog, which I will link to in the description, on which I'm just going to talk about my own stuff, like my own journey to do with gender and my own physical transition and other things, legal, like just everything to do with my personal experience. So that is Androgyny. It's a WordPress blog, so I will link to that in the description. It doesn't have any posts on it right now, but I will be working on it. It's kind of like the new project that I'm taking on, so hopefully that will become a useful resource at some point in the future after I've talked more on it. But yeah, I hope this video isn't too long, and I hope that I'm able to edit it and post it. But I think that's all I have to say about this, and I will see you next week. Peace out.